Today doing a road trip to Tobermory, Ontario, not too far from where I live, so we're just doing a day trip here. We did make a lot of stops along the way, which you will see. Lots of cool little places. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so when I said we were going to be taking a lot of stops along the way, I meant like a ton of stops. These are basically just places that you can stop on the way up there that we thought it'd be cool to show you guys. So the first stop is Centennial Park, which is basically just like a little spot where you can go and you can skip rocks, and there's a picnic bench, and there's some porta potties if you need them, if you need to go to the bathroom. And then there's this like covered area where you can sit under. Just a very like calm, quiet place to go when you're there. It's really pretty. Are you having fun?
I'm having fun. You're not allowed to use this.
So then our next stop was Big Bay Ice Cream, and this is a must stop. It is like the best ice cream ever. It's homemade. It's so good. They have so many different kinds, and they have different specialty kinds once every so often. And they also had this sign that said new homemade grilled cheese, which I didn't try, but I wish I did because it looked amazing. And they have these different like rocks out front to look at, which are painted, which are very cute. And me and my sister are here. We're just waiting for our ice cream. And then what we always do is we go down to Big Bay to go and eat it. You can go skip rocks. You can go out on the pier. It's just a really nice spot to go and have your ice cream, and I got pumpkin pie and coffee bean. It's really good. It tastes like pumpkin pie. Like, exactly. Okay, coffee bean is good. And this is my sister's ice cream. She got strawberry sorbet and blueberry rhubarb. And you can't really tell, but these cups are huge, and they held so much ice cream. It was crazy.
It's very good. It tastes good.
Which one's better?
The blueberry rhubarb.
Hey, it's me from the future almost a year later because I still haven't posted this video. I just wanted to say that Big Bay Ice Cream have posted and said some pretty controversial and problematic things, so I'm offering an alternative. It's Bruce's best ice cream. It's in wire tin. I got the pistachio and the triple chocolate. It's amazingly delicious and just as good, if not better. Okay, so our next stop was Bruce's Caves Conservation Area. So it is what it sounds like. It's some caves. There's the trail to the caves. It's free to go to, but you do have to pay for parking.
So you can see them on the trail.
So there's a trail that you have to walk on to get to the caves. It's not very long at all or very hard. And it's a really nice wooded area that you have to walk through to get there. Lots of trees, lots of rocks. And here we are at the caves. So the caves are actually a bunch of sea cave formations along the escarpment that were formed thousands of years ago. So pretty cool. How's it going? So here we are actually going in the caves now, and it is a really nice and cool kind of view when you're sitting from inside the cave, and I'll show you that in a second. And oh, my mom's found something off to the side, which I'll also show you in a minute. And there's the ceiling of the caves, and there's the view as you're looking out. And just a warning, it's about to get really loud, so you might want to plug your ears.
I'm screaming. I'm not gonna scream. Go.
What are you doing?
You're dying.
What are you...
Someone's gonna think we fell. You're in a horror movie. You can just yell like a normal person.
Does it feel like a horror movie?
Do you know how to yell like a normal person and not screech?
No, I know, that was pretty bad.
That was really bad.
That was really bad.
And after that, we decided that was enough adventure for the cave, so we left. Next, we drove through Wyerton, and we passed the Frosty Freeze, which has great ice cream, but we had just had a bunch of ice cream, so we're going to stop on the way back. So our next stop was Spirit Rock Conservation Area. So when you first get there, there's this little field clearing thing, and then you walk through it, and then you get to this, which is the ruins of the McNeil Estate. So in 1881, Alexander McNeil developed the land into gardens, lawns, and orchards, and the heart of all of this was a 17-room mansion. His son Malcolm eventually got the estate, and then after he died, in his will, he left it to his housekeeper, who then sold it to a Toronto resident. And there wasn't anybody living in it full time, so there's a lot of vandalism, and eventually it was sold to the Conservation Authority, and there was a fire that destroyed the mansion. So all you can see now is this stone shell that's left there. But it's just a really cool place to explore. So one impromptu family photo shoot later, we are back on the way to Tobermory. This is the longest trip I've ever taken there in my life. It's been very fun. Okay, so we're back on the road again, and our next stop is St. Margaret's Chapel. So it's basically just a really old, really cool little chapel. It's kind of remote and it's always open, and you can go in and take a look, sign the guest book. It's just a cool little spot to visit.
Some nice stained glass.
It's locked.
Oh.
Is it?
Oh.
It's open. Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't do that. There's people living around here.
Sounds like a horror movie. Do you feel powerful?
No more than usual.
And it's got an interesting little history that you can read about when you're there. And that's basically it. There's some cool little gardens outside and a bench that you can sit on. Our next stop was True Food Cafe. So they've got a lot of really good stuff. They also have a lot of vegan, gluten-free, paleo, and other stuff like that. And they use a lot of organic ingredients. They've got a lot of baked goods and sandwiches, bagels, smoothies, coffees, everything like that. It's really good. They also have some seating, or you can take it to go. They've also got a little store with lots of local items, and this board people can write what they want in the kid area, which is kind of cool. My sister got an everything bagel, and I got a chocolate chip cookie. And our next stop was the Grotto, and you do have to book this in advance, especially in the summer when it's really, really busy. You can pick from different time slots. They're each 4 hours long, and you have to pay for parking. I can't remember exactly how much ours cost. I think it was close to $30. It might have been about $28, including everything. We had to walk on a trail for a bit to get to the water. There were a few different trails you could pick from, depending on your level of difficulty that you wanted to do. We picked the easiest one, and it was really easy afterwards. We thought maybe we should have picked a different one. It wasn't too long to get there. It was maybe about like half an hour each way, probably. And we finally got there. The water is so beautiful, so blue and greeny. So we went early June on a weekday. So it really wasn't very busy at all when we were there, and there were still quite a few people. But like all of these surfaces that you can see where there's no people on it, if you go in the summer, it will be absolutely packed. Like you will not be able to see any free surface. Like it will just be full of people. And there will obviously be lots of people swimming and jumping off the cliffs into the water, and it's a much different experience. But it's still just really beautiful. And I don't know if I personally would come here in the summer when it would be super packed and with how much parking was. I just kind of feel like, I went once this year and that's enough. And I don't know that I'll be rushing to go back anytime soon. If you haven't been there before, though, I recommend it. But I would probably try to go at a time when it's less busy and it won't be as packed. So we finally made it to Tobermory after a very long trip with lots of stops. Here we are coming into town. Oh, there's the little village, there's the harbor. I've been coming here since I was little, and I've always loved our trips here. So there's lots of different stuff that you can do here. What we did that day and what I'm going to show you are just the stops that we always make sure to go to when we go there. So just some of my favorite places in Tobermory. Mostly places to eat, some places to look at, and I'll show you some stuff that you should always make sure to check out when you go there.
Oh, you need that one, Mama.
So our first stop is the Sweet Shop, must-stop candy store that I was always so excited to go to when I was a kid, and I am still very excited to go into now. They've got lots of different candy and drinks and ice cream and fudge and souvenirs. Lots of good stuff. Also, be sure to check out the library. They sometimes have a book sale on. Here we are going to our favorite place to eat. This is the fish and chip place. There are lots of places that you can sit out here on the front if you want. Very nice. Also, there's some seating inside, but we always head straight to the back. We always go right to the back of the restaurant where there's this little takeout window because it's a lot faster and we like to eat by the water.
I don't want to talk.
Here's where we picked to eat today. So we found this little picnic table under a tree, and we've got this really great view of the harbor and all the boats, and it's just a really nice spot to take our fish and chips to eat. We got one of these to share between the three of us, but we definitely should have got more because we ate it very quickly. And then we always like to go on this little path to go for a walk. It's kind of near the water-ish. You can see the water as you're walking on it, and it goes through the trees and stuff, and you can see lots of cool things. There's also a lot of little random lookout points where you can go and look at the water. So it's just a nice spot to walk after we've eaten. We also like to walk down here. It's just kind of this little spot, like kind of at the end of the trail. It's good for photo ops and watching the boats come in, and it's just a really pretty little spot to go to. And we also like to walk on the docks and look at all the different boats and where they're from. You can also find some cool stuff in the water if you look down. That's a cool bookstore you should check out. And we started making our way around the harbor. There are lots of cool little stores with lots of touristy things that you can check out. This is also the spot where you can go if you want to go on any boat cruises or boat tours. There's lots of different ones. I love the glass bottom ones where you can see all the old shipwrecks. There's also boats to Flower Pot Island and stuff like that. These are beaver tails, which you have to get if you're there. It was closed when we were there, so we couldn't get any, but they are delicious and you need to get them. Here's also some other places you can go. Shipwreck Lee's is another good place for fish and chips. I used to go there a lot when I was little. Also, this place I've been as well, where you can sit out on the patio. There's lots of different options. There's a bookstore again. And this is where we went next. So this is Stella's Gelato and Cafe. It's really good. They've got lots of gelato and also these gelato bar popsicle things. But I have had their gelato lots and it's very good. And they've got lots of coffee and pastries and stuff too. My sister got this like lime and mint popsicle thing. There it is. And she said it was really good. And my mom got some mango.
Oh my god, that's so good. I got some.
And we sat on this bench overlooking the harbor and the trees, and we had our gelato, and it was really good. And then we left Tobermory. And on the way back home, we went back through Wyerton. And this time we actually went to the Frosty Freeze. Well, full disclosure, we had the intention of going back to Frosty Freeze, but we were just so full from the whole day that we didn't go. And this is footage from another time that we went there, but this is definitely what I would have gotten. So basically, you just go up here to this window. They also have lots of like burgers and fries and chicken fingers and stuff like that. I always get the butter pecan. That's the kind I always get. It's just really good soft serve ice cream. And we usually walk over to this nice little church and sit outside the stoop thing to eat it.
How's that ice cap?
I'll show you where she
It's really good. 10 out of 10. They filled it well.
And here we are finally on our way home after a very, very long day, but it was a really fun day. If you thought we weren't going to make any more stops, you were wrong. Our last stop is the Kemble Women's Institute Lookout. It has this really cute little tea set and lookout, and it's just a really nice spot to go and sit. And I don't know, I always like coming here. It's just so cute and fun.